Okay, so day 20. Um, so we're connecting with the primary dimension, the so that we're the I am that I am. This is the dimension where everything is one. It's all one thing. There's no differentiation. So I'm thinking things like the golden rule. I think it's called the golden rule. You know, where you think of other people, you treat other people as though you would, like they're yourself. Um, there's that in Lakesh. You know, I am another yourself. Um, we're talking this sort of chakra. This is like the Krishna chakra. I think it's the transcendental chakra because it's all one. Um, when we tend to think, as soon as we go into our mind and start thinking about this, we are automatically separating ourselves from that oneness. We're creating a division. So we automatically then we are losing the connection to that dimension. So it's like it's almost like a downward spiral from then. From whatever you think after that, you're only going down. So you know, connecting with this dimension is really about just kind of letting go and like trusting and but even words like trust and letting go, these things are I've got connections with them that have implications which also potentially create divisions. What are you letting go from? It's like that could create a division. What are you uh, connecting with? uh, anyway, it's like that's it. That is the key, or the point I'm trying to make. The smooth point. As soon as you try to think about it, you sort of disable yourself. You make yourself, like separate from that dimension. And in many respects, the whole point of books like the Bhagavad Gita is to learn how to connect with that dimension. And part of that is to embrace all the aspects of the tree. So with it, and one of the main points, the most difficult, stubborn, difficult points of the tree is that sphere, that fifth sphere of severity. That because you can either identify with it too much and fall down the path of destruction, which ain't going to do you any real good, or you can not identify with it at all and not be able to get to the sphere of mercy, and then progress higher up the tree to to these other areas and to this primal dimension, this one dimension. Um, Something that I found useful myself is ritual. Um, we all have rituals in our lives, but a lot of them are not conscious. We're not. They're not so much deliberate rituals that we've embraced deliberately, and they tend to be more subconscious, more like primitive kind of rituals that can die and because we're not paying attention to them, or or they can take over, and cause us problems without us really, because we're not so conscious of them. But I've found that if you can develop conscious rituals that are positive. Now, one type of ritual is, for example, a mantra. I've found that I've there's a few mantras that I've kind of invented myself or become inspired by it. They were inspired um, mantras. I'm not going to divulge because they're my own personal mantras. Um, but you might find that you could ask angels or the universe or your higher mind or your higher self to provide you with mantras that you could use to sort of in a ritual context, so that it will provide stability. Because when we're trying to integrate this oneness into the rest of our being, and these like lower dimensions or higher dimensions, however you want to look at it, because in some ways it's all back to front. The logical mind thinks of higher dimensions as more possibility, they're therefore more fruitful, more potential. But the lower dimensions are actually more inclusive. So in a sense, they are more desirable, they are more profitable, even though they seem to be more simple. And though this is how ritual can help to integrate all this stuff. That's probably not explained 100% correctly for your ears and mind, but I just recommend it. Another kind of ritual would be tea, getting into good quality tea. Um, for example, a white tea, oolong tea. Um, these teas are generally brewed with a certain amount of ritual that can really significantly add to the effect of the actual drinking of the tea and the actual constituents in the tea, really profoundly, so that they can become a very profound and useful part of your work. So I recommend things like mantra and tea and other types of ritual, that you might want to. I mean, if they're not so comfortable for you, other types of ritual that you can work out for yourself that would help dealing with this one energy, this primal dimension of spirit, and in relation to the physical plane. So that's why ritual is a really good thing, because it helps bring in that spirit, that channel it in. The ritual can help to channel it in to the physical body, and and make it all one thing. So there's a I don't really know how to explain it better than that. It's just, but that's the idea anyway. The ritual is really powerful, and it's always been done. It's kind of a really integral part of the work, as far as I'm concerned. Ritual, some way or another. We need rituals.